Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Movers and Shakers show. I am your host, Robert Quinn, and today we have a very special guest, Barry O'Dowd from Kuhn and Nagel, joining us to talk about semicon logistics. Barry is based in Dublin, Ireland. Barry is a senior vice president and global head of business development for high tech and semicon at Kuhn and Nagel. For over 30 years, he has helped businesses achieve the most complex objectives across all models of transport. Barry promotes the highest security and quality standard for increased optimization in every customer supply chain. His passion for high tech and semiconductor logistics drives him to build more sustainable solutions for his ever expanding industry. Barry, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Robert. It's great to be here and have this opportunity to chat with you.
It's my pleasure. Barry, it's great to have you here. Can you tell me a little bit more about Kuhn & Nagel?
Certainly. Kuhn & Nagel has been helping businesses ship products across the globe for the last 130 years. Our headquarters is in Switzerland, but we operate in approximately 100 countries worldwide with nearly 80,000 colleagues. We're known primarily as the global leader in air and sea logistics, but we also have strong market positions in road and contract logistics. And a key part of the growth that we've experienced over the years has been developing our market share by deploying industry-specific solutions. The high-tech vertical has always been an important part of this portfolio. And over the last number of years, we've become very focused on the semicon industry and created quality-driven solutions that cover the entire semiconductor supply chain. It's a key part of our Roadmap 2026 strategy, launched by our CEO and management board to the financial industry back in March to enter into this area.
That's great, Barry. What kind of people work on the high-tech semicon team?
Well, we've an established network of what we call semicon chain certified operations in about 25 cities globally, located around the semicon supply chain. This is going to grow to about 30 locations as the supply chain changes because of reshoring and the diversification of manufacturing that's underway. We have about 100 plus people working in our semicon chain operations, and they have a great blend of skills to support the semicon industry. Some bring their experience directly from the semicon industry, joining into Kuhn & Nagel. But we also have experienced Kuhn & Nagel logistics experts that have upskilled through our dedicated 7-module training program that covers all aspects of the semicon industry and supply chain. This level of expertise ensures that our people have the knowledge and speak the language that our semicon customers do, and we couldn't grow our business without them.
Barry, as many in the industry know, transportation of logistics for semiconductor equipment can be very different from transportation of other assets. In fact, I read that Kuhn & Nagel has launched an air logistics offering specifically tailored to the semiconductor industry. Can you tell me more of what drove that decision?
Sure. Well, it's really a lesson of why we should listen closely to our customers. The decision to have an air offering specific for the semicon industry came from requests we were getting from our customers. It was clear to them that the standard logistics services being provided by the industry weren't always enough to meet semicon customer needs, and we wanted to address this. In the past few years, the demand for semiconductors has been huge, and the capital values deployed in fabs are so substantial that the semicon industry just can't afford to have an unreliable supply chain where a single delay or damaged delivery can really be consequential to a multi-million or multi-billion dollar manufacturing operation. These days, we're currently in the first cyclical trough for the semicon demand that we've seen for a number of years. But even still, the reliability and transparency of delivery information remains critical, even if supply chains and costs have normalized. Our semicon air logistics solutions provide our customers with a highly reliable service with multiple time-based service offerings, which enable us to give time certainty to our customers at the appropriate transportation costs that they need for their shipments. But speed is only one part of the solution. Key is to ensure maximum transparency to all stakeholders. And to achieve this, it required us to deploy advanced digital solutions which we've done for shipment planning, shipment handovers, and supplier connectivity, all of which feed into a reliable shipment visibility. But ultimately, reliable delivery and communication is an outcome of strong quality processes. And our semicon chain stations are all working with global operating standards, documentations, and processes, which have been established specifically for the semicon supply chain and have been audited and certified to quality standards under ISO 1901:2015 and IATF 16949.
Barry, how do you see the challenges and opportunities for logistics providers in the semiconductor industry evolving over the next few years? And what challenges will manufacturers face to ensure high value assets arrive as expected? They're so critical that they arrive just as they expect.
Okay, well, the biggest challenge or the biggest change that the industry is going to be dealing with is the challenge or the impact of geopolitical challenges that we're going to see, or we see today, and we will see for the next few years. Many countries have identified semiconductor manufacturing as being strategic to them as a national security, and as a result, the supply chains are being reshaped. The hundreds of billions of dollars of investment announced for the reshoring of semicon fabs, especially in the US and Europe, where there's government support to drive this, will change the landscape dramatically. But also other countries without a long semicon manufacturing history, those like India, are facilitating investments in semicon. The lack of trained and experienced people to deal with this shift is going to challenge many companies. At Kuehne Nagel, we're prepared for this because of our semicon chain network. We've covered 30 sites across Asia, North America, and Europe, as well as locations outside these areas in India and Costa Rica. Ultimately, we can deploy across 1,000 cities in 100 countries where we have our network if the semicon industry requires. Our customers want support to be in the places where they're ramping up operations, and wherever that is, we will be there. The other thing we're keeping an eye on is an increase in export control regulations. These govern key parts of the supply chain, and we need to ensure that we have solid processes in place to help our customers comply with these regulations. And after the disruption that our customers experienced during COVID, our customers are focused on making sure that their supply chains are resilient and robust enough to deal with whatever the next roadblock that they're going to face. They need to work with logistics professionals that have solutions in place to manage the risk.
So true, Barry. Barry, you just mentioned resilience. How does contingency planning and risk mitigation fit into that?
Well, the first part of resilience is understanding every process, what needs to be done, and who does it. It's the only way that we can build alternatives and redundancy within the supply chain. For instance, on top of the digital tools for planning and transparency, we have other tools designed specifically for risk management, monitoring, and shipment handling. Our risk management tool enables stakeholders engage across the supply chain. They can enter the capacities and risks into our digital assessment platform, and it identifies potential problems and mitigation options. Everybody has access to the same information. So again, it all comes back to transparency of information.
Very true. Very true, Barry. I think it's safe to say nobody wants their capital equipment to show up damaged. Walk me through the handling process. I'm very familiar with equipment and moving equipment around the world. Can you walk me through that?
Sure, yeah. Well, the first thing we do is our experts select the best subcontractors qualified for the task, whatever the special requirements are, and the most appropriate international routing options for the aircraft type that they need, because that's not necessarily from the airport immediately closest to the origin or destination. This is the best way to have the right equipment and have the right experts is the best way to ensure any movement is handled in a safe way. The next thing we do is we focus on monitoring how the shipment is handled throughout the journey. We use our digital checklist app where we manage the physical handling of the cargo in the needed manner at each handover point. The app that we've developed allows for the input in 22 different languages, And that means that the checklist instructions and the check questionnaire are in the language of the driver or the airline terminal handler. So it reduces miscommunication issues and ensure that they know what they can do. They can also take digital images of the shipment and monitor the tag statuses at each handover point so we know what the status is at that point. And this immediately generates a report that's emailed to all stakeholders. And we upload that directly to our visibility tool so that everybody can see what the status is at each point. In addition, our semicon network, they have GPS sensors that they can affix to shipments. And these are special airline approved sensors that monitor specific data points like temperature, humidity, but shock and vibration, which are critical. This information is also uploaded to the visibility tool, so it ensures that real-time alerts are there to our monitoring team, that they can look to see if any agreed thresholds are breached and take whatever action necessary. In addition, where necessary, we can also provide airside monitoring service at airports. So this enables us to have a surveyor oversee the aircraft loading or unloading to ensure that really important shipments are handled under full supervision, that the critical handling is all observed.
Wow.
And these are the keys that we really need to have in place to make sure that we're handling these critical shipments and critical tools for our customers in the appropriate way.
That's great. It's amazing, Barry. What would you say is the one thing that is critical to the success of semiconductor logistics, Barry?
Well, if I'm going to choose one thing, it has to be quality. It's the most critical element of to ensure that the semicon supply chain runs well. But to deploy real and meaningful quality across a global network, there's a number of things that need to work together. Firstly, you need to have people with the industry expertise and proper training that understand the requirements. Secondly, you need a network that all operates the same way wherever they are in the world, so the same processes, same systems. Third is you need to ensure that you have regular audits and a culture that drives continuous improvement, so that the focus is always there on improving things. And the final thing is a subcontractor management process that ensures that we engage with the subcontractors in an appropriate way and using digital solutions that we have that transparency. And this is how we deliver quality in our solutions today.
That's great. That's so important. Barry, can you tell me a little bit about the partnership with Move and why it's so unique?
Sure, yeah. Move is a dynamic company, and it plays a really important role in the market for semicon equipment. And Move requires reliable logistics services to deliver these sensitive shipments around the world. And we've worked together with a solid partnership with Move for a number of years. I think one of the reasons we developed a partnership is because both of our companies, we share similar business values. We try to go the extra mile for our customers. We're focused on efficiencies, and we invest in this long-term engagement together. And we have really great communication between the Kuehne teams and the Moves teams, and the communication flows naturally, and it enables us to collaborate more effectively. So, with this, we expect to keep achieving success, working together with Move for many years to come.
It's incredible. Thanks so much, Barry. In closing, and as always, Movers and Shakers is sponsored by Move Technologies. Tune in to Movers and Shakers for interview and leading semiconductor industry experts like Barry. If you have any used or refurbished equipment you would like to buy or sell or purchase, please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or check out the Move webpage at www.moov.co. Again, thank you for watching our Movers and Shakers LinkedIn Live series, and have a great day.